It goes like.
Into you.
Yeah, I'm on my way home. I'm no good for you, so I drive around Manhattan. They're all laughing, oh, I'm tragic. Yeah, I'm driving in my car and seeing open, but I can't go down that road again. I'll smoke a cigarette, but will that help me forget you? Will that help me forget you? I just need to forget you. Oh, you. I need to treat you better than that and make you feel like I did in the past. Oh, I will treat you better than that. I don't need to forget you. I need to treat you better than that and make you feel like I did in the past. Oh, I will treat you better than that. I don't need to forget you. can't stay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a blank caster desk. No, I'm here. Hello, and welcome to Legends Esports. Tonight is a very special night because it is the final game of regulation in not only the LTS Premade League, but also in all of Legends Esports this split. So, to round things off of a fantastic season so far, we have MAAD City taking on Tempo Control in a best of 3. This is a very important night for Tempo Control because they need the win here in order to keep that second seed spot going into playoffs. If UAE A is able to find a win tonight and IQ loses, they will lose that spot and drop to, I believe, 6-4, and it would put UAE at 7-4. So that is one thing that we do have to look out for tonight. So IQ got to be on top performance here. However, we are about to get into draft very soon, and of course, I can't do it without my fellow co-caster, Dream, aka God King Karthus. How you doing tonight, buddy?
I am doing fantastic. Ready for another 2, potentially 3 games. Ready to go.
Yes, and I'm looking at these teams here, and we can actually go ahead and take a look at the lineups tonight. So why don't we go ahead and do that and see who's going to be on air tonight. So over on MAAD City, we got the return of them. Haven't seen them in 5 weeks actually on stream, so it's nice to have them back here with us. Axum in the top lane. I am Javi in the jungle. Razenkin, oh, I know he sent it to me earlier in chat, so I'm gonna do my best not to butcher it there, buddy. Razenkin, I hope I'm saying that correctly there. In the mid lane, Nutty Bars in the ADC, along with 35701 in the support role. Over on the side of Tempo Control, we have IQ Cracked up in the top lane, Daily Peach in the jungle, Babs in the mid lane, Wash Editor, and Ashcash down as the bot lane. However, I have gotten a notification that Daily Peach is not currently here at the moment. So we are probably going to be seeing a emergency substitute come in for Tempo Control, which means they are going to lose a ban in this first game here. Which, against blue side, I was kind of thinking about this. This is a little rough to lose that blue side ban because the blue side, there's a lot of really strong champions you can go for as that B1 pick. So I was actually chatting a little bit with one of the members of MAAD earlier tonight, and we were just chatting about all the strong picks that you can pick up as B1. So I'm really expecting them to prioritize something that is not only a comfort pick for MAAD City, but also something that is very strong in this meta. And we can definitely look at what is going to be happening here, because these junglers both play some good stuff, but over on the side of MAAD City, Javi able to pick up that Hecarim before, able to go with the Skarner and the Udyr, so all very, very prevalent champions right now in the jungle that are able to look for big CC as well too. We do have these emergency subs coming through as well too, so just gonna make sure what positions they are in, and then I will get their names up on the board. But Dream, these I don't know about you, but I have been feeling the strength of that blue side, especially in draft recently. What are your opinions on it?
Well, I know you have been feeling the strength, but yesterday, during my casting, it was red side dominance, surprisingly. The B1 pick was not really used for... Either it was used to pick a champion that was not really that high in priority, or it was used and the champion that was high priority wasn't as impactful. So it's going to be very interesting what the priority is going to lie on here. We've seen a lot of players go for B1 picks that are player-centric. We've seen the Karma first pick, we've seen the Set first pick, but usually when the Hecarim is left open, Hecarim usually is the first pick. However, we have seen when the other two of the big three, the Tristana and the Seraphine, are left open, they sometimes make it through to the next round, or sometimes they don't even get picked or banned. So
Yeah, so we gotta keep our eyes out on this draft, especially in a Diamond League. Draft is very very important to how these games are going to be going. There's a lot of really good picks, like we were saying in the meta. So I was also wanted to talk about another of these other players as well too, especially the ADCs. I wanted to keep an eye on Nutty Bars and Watch Editor because both of them are, well, they're insane. They are pretty nuts down there in the bot lane. But I was looking at their champions too and what they've played on stream. The Ezreal, Kai'Sa are specialties of both these players tonight. So I'm looking forward to seeing how highly contested those two ADCs are going to be, and if they kind of decide to stray away from that, because there are a couple other ADCs that are strong, but we've seen the Kai'Sa multiple times this split that is just very strong, and the Ezreal as well too, which is depending on how you do the build. We've seen recently that with the Duskblade pickup, he does become a lot more powerful in the early games. But I'm curious to see how highly contested those two picks are going to be, because honestly, in team fights, looking at the laning phase, let's rewind a bit before we move into team fight talk. The Ezreal and Kai'Sa, they can kind of hold their own in the lane. They can play back. They can play safe. And these supports, both Ashcash and 35701, are very good at these tank meta roaming supports. So if they're able to get something safe there for their ADCs, I expect a lot of roaming happening in these games. So these players really need to keep on top of their vision game, really need to keep on calling out when somebody's gone missing on the map, or else someone's going to get caught out by potential engaged support there in the mid lane if we start to see some roaming. But we're just working out some Discord roles here, and it doesn't seem to be working, but
any chance you can help out with that? You are an admin in the Discord. You might be able to give them the role yourself.
Yes, I have given them the roles as well too, as a player and as an LTS player and a member of IQ. So they will maybe just have to restart the Discord there, and we'll see what's happening. But these players are in line, so we'll just make sure that everything's working. All the teams are in their comms before we get started here. But I'm excited to see what these teams have to offer, and definitely a big night for IQ. They don't want to drop into that third place spot, because they will have to play through the bottom bracket of the playoffs and have to deal with going against, well, firstly having to make it through that first round against 3-4, and then play the match against the loser of 1-2. So
speaking of which, you don't happen to have an overlay for the stream to see what the playoff bracket is going to look at while we're waiting for everything to get set up here?
Not yet, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure that'll be coming this weekend. Actually, this Sunday on our podcast, because our last two leagues that are starting playoffs are the LRS Draft and LTS Premade. We're going to be covering those this weekend, and definitely taking a look at some brackets and predictions. But we got the start of draft right now, and right off the bat is the Echo ban by Mad City. Definitely a fair one, because that is definitely a specialty of Babs. However, Teemo is going to be used as the placement. It's not actually a real Teemo ban. It's a loss of a ban there because they have an emergency sub.
However, we did see a team use this champion in a game, so it can be a real ban apparently, but this time around they did agree that it is a placeholder ban, not a real one. We are going to see the Gangplank and the Nidalee follow up after those champions. Gangplank is, we've seen Axum play the Gangplank before.
Sir.
And we've seen what happens when Axum on that Gangplank gets ahead.
Nothing good happens to the other team. Axum is very good at those highly aggressive top laners, the Gnar, Camille, and like you said, Gangplank, which has been taken away from him this game. He is very good at getting in your face and getting it done. However, Thresh is going to be the next one to go. Again, one of those high engage. I mean, Thresh isn't the tankiest in the early games, but he can really set up well for roam. So that is going to be taken away from really both sides here, as They are proficient with those, as last ban is going to be that Senna. But more importantly, that B1 pick, the very, very heavily important pick of these drafts in recent times. So I'm curious to see what they're going to go for. They could go for something like the jungler here and pick up, you know, if they want that comfort for Javi to just grab the Udyr. However, that could allow Tempo to just pick up something like an Olaf and just say, screw you, Udyr. I'm running past your bear slaps. I'm going for your backline anyway. And well, there's the Udyr right now, so we'll have to see what their response to that is going to be. Still a lot of good junglers on the board. I mean, Hecarim is still up as well, too. That's a really, really nasty for playing those front-to-back kind of teams, and just kind of splitting the line there when teams are lining up. Having a Hecarim kind of barrel down the center of your team, it's pure chaos, Dream.
Yeah, I definitely agree, but it looks like Tempo Control is going to go for something a little bit different here. We are going to see the Alistar picked. A lot of good champions AD carries can be paired with this Alistar. The Tristana is still up, Kaisa is still a great champion. Ezreal works pretty well with the Alistar, Misfortune. Pretty much any champion you can think of, except for maybe like one, can probably work with the Alistar, and I'm pretty sure if I have to think about it, I can't think of any AD carry that doesn't pair up with the Alistar pretty well. So very, very safe pick, very flexible support, and it is a roaming support too.
Yes, it is.
So I do maybe expect the Ezreal pick for Tempo Control, because Ezreal is such a safe champion, can 1v2 a lane pretty well, which will allow the Alistar and now the pickup of the Lilia to duo roam pretty much anywhere on the map together.
I mean, seeing the Lilia pick up too, you got to know mid lane is probably going to start to turn into a bit of a hot spot. But there's the Trist, and actually, I was talking to you a little bit about that earlier, as the Trist and Rel will come through. And we might look at that and say, okay, there's the bot lane lined up for them, as the Xayah is coming through as that other pick. However, that Trist could potentially be going into the mid lane as well for Razinkin. I'm going to do my best here, buddy. But he's very good at it. So
can I call him Rasengan?
No. That'd be fun, though. That'd be fun. But it's not the Xayah that actually comes through. It's the Veigar. And if that Trist does end up going mid, I think that's kind of the consideration for Mad City now. Is like, if we send a Trist mid, she can't really engage because a cage just kind of stops her. She can't get a wave. She gets caged. So that's a really rough time. However, I mean, I don't know if you take that Trist mid and do something like a cleanse Tristana just to mitigate that cage. But I mean, once that Veigar hits 6, that's a lot of damage. So I don't know how we see that matchup.
We're thinking a little bit small here. Veigar is such a great pick because it stops Mad City entirely.
Oh, yes.
Udyr can't run through it. He has to run around. The Rel has to engage by jumping down, which means the cage will stop her. Tristana can't jump in because the cage will stop her. Veigar is that champion that just basically says, you want to engage on this? LOL, no.
I mean, basically, yeah. And especially with the Rel, too, a lot of what you're looking for is, I mean, with the Rel kit, there's so much that you can use to engage. So, yeah, definitely that's taken away here. The final ban's coming through, though. Aatrox and Gragas going to be taken away from Axum, another couple of his specialties there, as I think you called it right. The Ezreal will be taken off the board, as in comes the Xayah, which that is a very strong bot lane, the Xayah Alistar, once they hit 6 and have the Featherstorm available for Wash Editor. Well, you can bet your bottom that Ashcash is going to be looking to go in and CC someone as long as possible, because the more feathers that are coming out, the more chance of a one tap there from the Xayah is possible. But let's see if this is going to be a Tristana mid, or if they're deciding to send something else for Razinkin.
I would assume they do send somebody else. They do. The Tristana Rel is a very, very potent lane. How obviously it is going to be a little soft countered because they both want to jump in, and jumping into an Alistar is worrisome, to say the least, especially with the Xayah and her ability to kite with the feathers and pull them back. There's just a ton of CC that comes out from Tempo Control's bot lane right now, and does kind of soft counter the Tristana Rel engage here. Not fully. They can't, if they play this right, it is going to be very heavily Tristana Rel flavored because of the damage they have. But we do see the Gnar and the Orianna get picked up. You were talking about those hyper-aggressive champions in the top lane that Axon likes to play. Gnar is definitely one of them, and he synergizes so well with this composition that Mad City have built.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this, the last pick coming through here. Oh, do it. Shows the big crab god himself, but a lot of top laners for Cracked as well, too. His Gragas, surprisingly, was banned out by his own team, but Crack's got a lot under his belt, what he could bring out, but maybe something we haven't seen from Okay. It will be the Urgot coming through as the final pick here for Tempo Control. So I'm just going to give these players a ready up so we can start to actually lock in here into the client and get these team comps put through. Remember, guys, once those team comps are locked in, predictions will be opening, so make sure to check your tokens with command tokens before to see how much you got. You can't put money on something if you don't have that much money. We run into that issue a couple times this split, but that's okay. That'll be open soon. And of course, there's also a raffle going on for 1,000 Legends tokens right now. So make sure to use the command raffle to enter into that. We'll be announcing a winner before the start of Game 2 when we come back from our break on this one. But let's reel it back in here, focus on what is actually going to be happening in this game here. We saw the Rel picked up B3 after the Alistar was locked in R1. And I'm a little curious as to why that was, because what I've been seeing a lot is the Alistar tends to be, like you said, a bit of a counter to that Rel. Any engages, you can just kind of bonk them out. Get the Rel out of there, and then you have your Q as well to stop any further engages. So Alistar is really, really great for that in terms of stopping the engages. That's, I'm sure, Mad City, you're going to look for with that Rel, with that Gnar, with whoever's wearing the Ori ball at the time. But of course, if they start to get a little bit of a lead and Zaya can start to play safe, Ashkash, I'm sure, is going to be looking for some roams here, especially the fact with current builds and runes, we tend to see phase rush being taken a lot on the alley. And that just really enables him to zoom around the map, essentially.
Yeah, I do agree that it would allow the Alistar to zoom around the map a bit more. However, I do think the safer Aftershock or maybe even the Guardian would be the smarter move here, just because it allows him to go for the Hex Flash.
This is true. We could. Unless he just
I don't think if Alistar goes Phase Rush, I don't think he's going to also go the Inspiration Tree as well. Then he'd be a very, very squishy cow.
Yeah, it might be a little bit of a beef patty there if the Gnar gets onto him. So that's it's always nice to have a little bit of extra tankiness from your runes. So we'll have to. I'm curious to see what runes we're gonna come out with. But yeah, it's usually that sorcery primary with the phase rush, and then the resolve in the secondary tree. Whatever you really floats your boat there in terms of armor or resist or magic resist. But looking at this team here,
survivability.
You just want it. Yeah, thank you, Dream. But we got some good damage really on either side looking at these teams. However, infamously when we see Vigar picks is that if these games go too late, you are just gonna get blown up by the infinitely scaling Yordle. It's just you can't really stop that scaling. So hopefully Mad City can look to end things kind of near the latter end of the mid part of the game here. But Tempo Control has a lot to keep this game going, a lot to keep them safe throughout the early and the mid, especially with that Alistar. I just keep coming back to him because honestly, earlier this week I got a little outperformed by Alistar in one of my series, and yeah, it's a really good champ. But while we are waiting here, predictions are going to be opening up, so you can go ahead and start to place down your predictions on who you think is going to win Game 1.
We've been talking so much about this bot lane matchup and what the supports, what they want to do, but something we haven't really talked about is the two deers in the jungle here.
Yes!
This has become a classic matchup at this point, especially this season. The Udyr, who for some reason went from complete and utter garbage in the last season to all of a sudden being one of the best junglers in the game without so much as a look from Riot, and now Riot is like, oh wait, hold on, we need to start nerfing this guy. This champion has been ignored for quite a long time, and all of a sudden he just shows up, and now he's one of the most picked champions across the world, really. But along with that is Lilia, one of the newer champions, came out during the Spirit Blossom event last season rather, and is a very, very fast deer, can run around, put people to sleep, basically Zoe 2.0. It's going to be very interesting what the Lilia is going to accomplish here, because there isn't a very many avenues for her to actually get into these fights, unless one of the other champions started off first, like the Veigar or the Alistar, because Lilia into this composition will get blown up very, very quickly.
And I'm looking at MAAD City's comp as well too, and just based off of the champions that they have here, it seems like they might go for a very heavy siege kind of playstyle here and roam together in numbers, especially around that Tristana on a tower. She can just melt them away. So we got to keep our eyes out for that, as well as going for those early heralds, and definitely what lane Javi is deciding to take them to, because what we've seen in recent times is that both the herald and the dragons just play so much into what kind of comps you're running here, what kind of playstyle you're looking for here. So if it is the siege, I expect lots of herald focus going on over to MAAD City, but Tempo Control looking to hang on to late game, get that Veigar ahead. They've got a lot to keep them safe with that crab up in the top lane, the alley down there.
You definitely mentioned infinitely scaling, and Veigar is he's the Nasus of AP mages.
Yes. But we are going to hop to break, guys, so make sure to keep getting your predictions in, and we will be back here on the Rift in a few short moments to start off game number 1 between MAAD City and Tempo Control. See you soon.
I saw you smile from across the bar. Yeah, she was pretty and so close but so far. She flipped her hair and I thought this can't be true. How does a man like me get someone like you? And then she looked at me and I was confused. Everyone here can't be the one that she'll choose. And I looked back and saw the spark in her eyes. This can't be real, my head's telling me lies. Just like them, you're coming closer to me. Come shake me, grab me, so I wake up from this dream. I can't breathe, come at me. I don't know if I can speak. Then she said, come with me, let's be free. The night is young and I think this could go far. The sky is dark but you're my shooting star. Could see your face reflect upon the moon. It was a pretty summer night in June. And then she looked at me and I was confused. Everyone here can't be the one that she'll choose. And I looked back and saw the spark in her eyes.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an absolutely blank screen with nothing on it. JK, we're back. But MAAD City versus IQ, aka Tempo Control, game number 1 of the night and final series of the regular split across all our leagues. So we're, like I said, ending out on a bang, and this is going to be a fun game to watch here. But we are starting off with a nice little 5-point defense, both teams respecting each other, and the CC and the damage that can come out really from both sides this early on.
Yeah, I like looking at skins of certain champions, especially during this break, during this lull time when there's nothing happening. I Can't stand Lilia's walking animation. Okay. Anywho, I'm not going to look at the stream anymore. So, funny story about Final Boss Vagar. Who's a StarCraft fan here in the comments? Or are you a StarCraft fan there, Gurf?
I have tried it once, failed miserably, and never tried again.
Do you know the set phrase nuclear launch detected?
No idea.
Okay, so that is something from StarCraft. Occasionally, when Final Boss Vagar drops his W, he will say arcane launch detected. And that is a nod to StarCraft, and I found that really nice.
little shout out to another game here, but this is you know what? I've actually found a few Easter eggs floating around the Rift at this point. Actually, when there are Infernal Souls, I'll see if I can get it on one stream at some point. But if you zoom into one of the pillars, like actually clip through the wall there, you see a little "I love fire" or something. A little note written by one of the developers. So it's kind of cool what they've hidden around the map. Actually here, but
That is pretty cool.
let's see as we get into this game. As fairly safe start for everybody here, just farming away, respecting what can happen here. Is 35701 looking to get in the face of Ashcash a little bit. Wash out here taking that bit of poke from Tristana. Adibar's looking to follow up here as the aftershocks are being popped left and right. And again, Wash gonna have to back up a little bit too. That's like we said coming into this game too. Wash and Ashcash, once they hit 6, that's where they can really turn it on. But you see this early damage coming out of this Tristana is just so devastating. So they gotta back it right on up for these early stages of the laning phases.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the Rel actually taking a pretty bad trade there, taking 2 tower shots, having to burn both potions. There's actually no potions for the side of MAAD down here in the bot lane anymore.
Let's keep an eye on where these junglers are actually heading around too, because Lilia is potentially going to be heading down towards this bot lane very soon after this blue buff. Udyr up actually into the jungle of IQ, but not going to be able to find anything as Lilia. Actually, knowing that, they got to be a little aware that Lilia might be pathing on over since she started red. So, see the pings coming out as well too. Not too sure where that Lilia is, and a little bit of a back off there, but still keeping up the pressure on this bot lane so far.
Yeah, we're also going to see a CS lead for the Xayah there, surprisingly being pushed in. Actually getting the worst of that trade as both of the mid laners go very, very low there. And we also see a pretty large CS lead for the Gnar in the top side. Urgot is a ranged champion, however, he's not that big of a ranged champion, so he's going to get pushed in pretty easily by this Gnar here, at least for the moment. We've seen what happens when a Urgot gets ahead.
Oh, so. Terrifying stuff, but I mean, so can a Gnar, really, if he's able to shred you down. But I think really what he's looking for this game, since he has the grasp, is let me just get a bunch of autos off here and let me just keep stacking some health, and I'll be nice and big once I'm using my Mega in those team fights. So I think it's really just about that survivability of the Gnar, getting him in deep in this fight, really displacing the team with his ult, which is just Gnar, which is really funny. But yeah, it's such a key ult here that I'm sure Mad City are going to be looking to set up, especially around these big objectives. So Axum, knowing that he is an R player, is able to time that rage bar like really well. And yeah, IQ need to be having a radar out for this top laner.
Yeah, you see that the Udyr, knowing Axum is a very strong player, did path up there fairly early. Nothing came out of it though, and we see that the Udyr is on the top side again. May go for something, quite possibly, but I don't think so. I do believe that was the W from the Rel used. I don't think that was...
There's the one...
Actually, I know why. The knock up to pull somebody back over their shoulder is very, very potent.
Yeah, you do become very slow when you are not mounted there as Rel, but...
Yes, it has killed me quite a few times.
But yeah, when you reactivate your W, essentially, the knockback, when you throw someone back, can be so great. It's essentially Hello team, do you want a free kill? Here you go. I just toss it back for you and somebody's hopefully there to clean it up. We do have both these junglers on this bottom half of the map here, and it looks like Jabby's actually going to go ahead and start up this first Dragon of the game. So kicking it off with the Mountain Drag. I wonder what it's going to be next, because we'll see if we can reach inside our brains, maybe consult the ancient chart here to see what this soul is going to be this game. But some good trading going on up top. Cracked is actually going to flash in. Fear Beyond Death will miss, and that will be Axum looking for it. He finds first blood. Goes on over to Mad City, as well as this first strike of the game. So far, really great start here from Mad City. But we are going to see an Ocean Drake up in about 5 minutes here.
That was a bit too much from Crack there, thinking maybe it was going to be flashed. So flashing directly on top of him, actually it made the Fear Beyond Death. There we go.
Yep.
My brain was having a brain fart there. The Fear Beyond Death actually missed, which caused him to lose out, because he definitely wins that if the Fear Beyond Death lands. But because of that, it does give a pretty big lead over to the Gnar here. And Axum is going to be quite happy with that. Finishing the play, Steel Caps has the Kindle Gem in his inventory. Actually did not come back with Control Ward though, so prone to ganks.
Yeah, and look who's sitting around this top half of the map too, is none other than the Lilia. So potentially looking for something here in the top lane, as that red buff is going to be up in, well, less than 5 seconds at this point, if we're going to look at that. It's at least 15 seconds. Once that little timer goes into yellow, it's 15 seconds until it comes back. So just a little mistiming here from the casters, but that's okay. That happens sometimes. But we're looking at the map here. Not a massive gold lead here from MAAD, but that gold on Axum, that first blood on Axum, knowing that he's going to get in your face exactly how he did for that first blood kill, he's not going to let up one bit. So I'm going to see what we got to see what this answer to Axum is going to be, because it'll be really tough to try and go in if you don't have that Urgot ult up as well.
Yeah, and it is the CS leads both in the top and the jungle that are inflating this gold lead here up to 1,000 gold. As we know, First Blood is only about 400 gold. 450 gold, I think. One of those two. So that alone wouldn't give that gold lead, but the 20 CS lead in top and the close to 2 jungle camps lead in the jungle, which has narrowed because there is nothing left except for the Krugs or the Udyr, is where this gold lead is coming from.
Oh, take a look mid though. Sashcash possibly looking for a little something, but not quite able to fully complete that roam, as 357-1 looking for a little bit of deeper vision here, as the dragon is going to be up in 2 minutes here. So just a little bit of slight control, but we'll probably see these supports back for a little refill on the wards here, because this early ocean, while it might not be the biggest of deals, it's nice when we get those close fights, because I've seen so many times both ocean drakes and infernal drakes in the early game make the difference in people escaping essentially with a sliver of HP. So it's always nice to have that little extra tiny bit of extra regen there in the early game.
Speaking of which, because it is a mountain and a ocean, my lovely chart says that it will be a cloud soul.
Yes, I believe so. So we'll see the engage actually happening mid. Javi looking to go in. The flash from Babs to get out. The cage is going to be on cooldown. So in the members of Mad City go. Will they be able to survive? Big primordial ult from the Vigar. But my goodness, Orianna still able to survive. Primordial burst. We were close there. We were close. We're getting better at these ults, but that was a lot of resources used by the side of Mad City there, and not quite able to find that mid laner.
Yeah, that is the Orianna ultimate down. That is the flash down from both the jungler and the mid for the flash and ultimate of the Veigar there. I'm going to say worth for the Veigar.
Yep, I would say so too, as we see this Scuttles getting picked up here, but this jungle is kind of not too far apart from each other during these rotations, but here comes Lilia. Big Drowsy coming down. His Lilting Lullaby was popped, but Javi looking to return a little bit of the favor here as he's just going to chase away the deer. Deer on deer action up in that top lane, but nothing too much coming from that. Is back down to the bot lane. Still pressure being applied by Nutty Bars and 35701. A lot of damage as Axum actually looking to go back in. Big Gnar back as Cracked is going to be getting a little low, but going in the mini, Axum is going to have to be low because that Fear Beyond Death is available for him. So we got to be careful as, oh, look at this. 3 gank coming through from Ashroth. Let's see if they can do it. Not quite able to land that Scroll Seed, but in the meantime, Direct to Camera will curse me and focuses on the Rift Herald while there's a kill going on in the bot lane. Xayah taken out as, whew, this is turning into a little bit more high-paced game than what we saw here in the early levels. Dream.
Yeah, the game turning on very, very quickly. The director camera failed you. It did not fail me. I got to see that fight in its entirety. The Rel got a good Magnet Storm off onto the Xayah there. And there was about 4 shots on the bomb, and Xayah managed to use the ultimate and flash, but it was followed by a reset jump. So, the reset jump into the Ignite, which did end up killing the Xayah.
I am genuinely surprised that is an Infernal Soul this game. It makes sense, but I'm
actually surprised too. That is not what my...
First time I've seen that, because usually it's the Mountain Cloud into Infernal, so... You know what? We get to see a little bit of an extra spicy gameplay as these top laners are going to be duking it out once again. Crack looking to go in, looking to get him into that ulti range, even though it's not available. If they keep this fight extended, keep it going, he might be able to get it off. But so far, so good. Right now, only 2 kills up from Mad City. They got about a 2.5k gold lead here at 12 minutes. And definitely looking good for them in terms of Heralds and Dragons and Axum. And oh my goodness, looking to go back in. The Mega Gnar will come out. A lot of damage being used as the Gnar slams Cracked back. But the Fear Beyond Death isn't going to be available in time. It's not going to be enough. He's even going to have to use it. It's going to be on cooldown, but that is another kill picked up actually in the bot lane as Nutty Bar's there with 3 members of his team jumping on the Xayah. Wash Editor is going to get picked off again, and Mad City just pedal to the metal. We've seen them like this again on multiple streams before. Their early game is something absolutely nuts, and this is what we were talking about, sending that Herald with the Tristana to Siege. First turret at 13.5 minutes.
Yeah, you could say it's a little bit nutty.
A little bit nutty, but that's not the only turret that's going down because Axum has actually found that top tier 1 as well. So that's going to be going down. 2 turrets picked up by Mad City in about a span of 30 seconds. As 35701 looking for the engaged Swirl Seed will come down and enough to slow that rel. But Tempo Control is having to give a lot here in this early game. And very smart of Mad to be pushing their advantage right now, knowing that late game is not theirs. Right now is their time. They see their window and they are pushing for it.
Yeah, they do need to keep this tempo out of control of tempo control.
I see you.
You didn't see my last one, so I had to make it a little bit more obvious.
True. I usually am able to catch those punts in there, but I must have missed one. Damn.
Nutty?
Yes.
Nutty Bar?
Yes.
Nutty?
Okay, yes. Yeah, I got... Oh no, I remember that one now. I just just gonna one of those ones. But looking at these teams,
just call me baby freak, right?
Oh no. But let's
my absolutely horrible puns.
You know what? You gotta drop a few on them. You gotta keep the viewers on their toes like that. Give them throw a few dad jokes here and there. Always keeps for some good entertainment. Get some eye rolls from the folks at home. That's why I do it. That's why I do the casting here. You gotta.
And it's why I'm here apparently 5 days a week.
That's so true. Been casting a lot of games this week, and to end it off on the LTS too. Oh, so
I get to cast from the lowest ranks all the way up to the tippy top that we currently possess here. I don't think Flip Trick is going to be creating anything higher than LTS unless he wants some challenger teams up in here, and I don't know if he wants to deal with those people. some of them are a little. As we got a fight here in the mid.
We do. Primordial Burst coming out. Nutty Bars is actually going to get shut down. That Aftershock enough to take him out. 35701 jumps out with the Rel W. And that is just showing a little preview of what Tempo Control are trying to turn into. Ashcash doing a great job of catching out that ADC. And this is really important. What we're seeing too is the focus onto both the ADCs, knowing that Washed Editor and Nutty Bars are both really, really good players. But take a look at this. Axum actually going to find the boomerang on the Washed Editor. Practice here as well too. The heal's actually going to be popped as Nar's going to go going mega that house. Oh, almost able to knock him down, but the shockwave actually being used on Astroth. Are they going to be able to make it out? Ashcash is here to help with the escape. Gonna bonk these members of MAAD City out. That's exactly what we were saying. Great for the engage, great for the disengage. That's kind of the great part about the Alistar here is Axum continuing to look how much pressure he's putting on the spot lane. No one's really stepped up to answer him yet, and fairly so. He's already got a Triforce under his belt.
Usually we see the Divine Thunder or the Shield. As we got a fight in mid.
Yeah, let's take a look at this. Babs walking out a little slowly. 35701 is really low. Primordial Burst will burst them down. That outplay button is extremely strong. As now we're starting to see some signs of life here from Tempo Control. Cage is going to be able to land down. Ashcash going on in. They're going to be able to catch Nutty Bars out once again. As Tempo Control throwing this game back into their favor. However, Javi is on this dragon. He's looking to pick up this third one for his team, which would put MAAD City at soul point. As they're rotating around, Axum trying to keep these members off. This dragon's under 1,000 health. Are they going to be able to secure it? It is taken by the Udyr. Cracked is going to be able to take down Javi in that process, but this puts MAAD City up to soul point here at 17.5 minutes. That is extremely early for a Dragon Soul point.
Yeah, we usually don't see that happen that early in most of our other leagues, but with this happening, that means we are going to get a 22-minute Dragon Soul here, and this also forces the side of Tempo Control to be at every single one of these dragons. Otherwise, they give up the infamous Infernal Soul.
And this is a smart little play by the side of Tempo Control as well too, as Naughty Bars is going to be taken out there. Razikin almost exploded by the Primordial Burst, as this Herald is going to be going down. So thankfully Javi was down for a little while and they were able to clean that up, but they do lose one member in the mid lane, as now we're seeing the trading of these top lanes. This Urgot is getting really strong now. Unfortunately, does not have his ultimate, but we have another fight breaking out in the top lane as in goes Akash to try and stop these three members of MAAD City from jumping on his ADC, but it's a double kill for Javi as Nutty Bars looking to go back in with the Buster Shot. Not going to be enough. Even takes a turret shot. And very close there, but in the end, it's a 2-0 in favor of MAAD City. And you know, they're doing really well in this early game. They need to keep this pressure up and keep getting their objectives, because I would say probably in the next 6 minutes or so, this game is going to start to flip around in terms of what these champions do, especially the fact that Vigard infinitely scaling. The later this goes, the scarier he gets. So it's nice to see all this pressure actually being put down onto the side, or onto the mid lane right now by MAAD City, but again, that Cage is doing a great job for disengaging.
Yeah, and the Rel actually getting stopped up by the Cage as well too, just as the turret was finishing off the last minion. If there was no more minions there, Rel might have been in a little bit of trouble. But you saw how much damage that did to the Rel there, and Rel is I would say the tankiest member because of the stats that the passive that she has. Looks like going for the Turbo Chem Tank. I much prefer the Locket on the champion myself, though I do see the merit of Turbo Chem Tank on it. I've never built it myself. I don't know. Maybe you might know a little bit more about the difference. Or
I would say, you know, just for based off of what MAAD City is wanting to do, speed and power is what they need to be executing at every step of this game, and continue to do so. Because, like we were saying about the late game scaling here, that's going to be coming through from Tempo Control. They need to be ending this game relatively soon, or else it's going to become impossible to get through that Vigar unless they dump everything onto it. But that still leaves up the Xayah and Urgot, who are also getting stronger and stronger as this game goes on. So I think their goal here is we go fast, we engage hard, and we siege. That is the plan here for them, as we see them essentially doing that in the mid lane, as that tier 1 is going to drop as well too. They have Razenkin on the other side, up on the top lane actually, trying to take out this tier 2. Numbers are heading up towards him as well too, to potentially help, or more of escort out, because Ashcash is, again, lurking around in this jungle. It's going to get spotted out by a little bit of vision. But now we might have a small party up here in the top lane, as 35701 is here. Luckily, Ashcash is going to be able to exit before any engage happens. And really tough for Tempo Control to walk into their own jungle at this point. It's just so controlled by MAAD City.
Yeah, there's so much control from the side of MAAD City right now. There's very little that the side of Tempo Control can really accomplish in these engagements, just because of how far ahead the solo lanes managed to get. There's a 40 gold lead in the mid lane here. There's about a 50 gold lead here, close to 60 actually, for the top lane. There's a massive lead in jungle. The only place where it's been even up to this point is that bot lane. And the Xayah not having as big of an impact as the Tristana has. The Rel's engagements have been so good. Only dying once for those engagements. Usually when you see the Rel go in, it's very hard for Rel to get out because of that slowed movement speed. As Rel might be caught here, as I was just praising.
35701 on the run, gonna take that electrocute from that's a little electrocute burst there, but we might have a little something break out here in the mid lane, as it looks like that Udyr is trying to go in. But look, the magnetic storm in the back line. Oh my god, locking down so many members of Tempo Control. But MAAD City is in a little bit of trouble. Look at Axum with a big Gnar, but the Lilting Lullaby coming down, and the Fear Beyond Death to gobble up that Gnar. Goodbye, little Yordle, as they are going to drop left and right. Tempo Control flipping it back on the heads of MAAD City. They find a fight to go 3-0. I'm going to go ahead and start up this Infernal Dragon, but don't know if it's going to be allowed, as we got a couple members on the back. Ooh, Razenkin caught in the cage. Are they going to be able to go for it? That Dragon will get claimed by Tempo Control. Stops the soul from being taken here. And an excellent fight by Tempo Control.
And we saw how close that fight was at the very beginning. Unfortunately, Gnar not able to get very much done. The Rel ultimate was absolutely fantastic, getting multiple members. I think it was 4 of them in that ultimate, but nobody was able to follow up. And because it was in the middle of the lane, Gnar couldn't use his ultimate on a wall in that fight. River is your friend, Gnar and Rel. You don't want to fight in the middle of mid lane, especially mid lane.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Those choke points are just so clutch, especially when you have large AoE like that. It's makes it really hard for the other team to do much there. But you saw the Xayah just flinging out those feathers. The cage was, again, if you have that cage in a big open space like that, it really allows the other team, in this case Tempo Control, to kind of back off, kind of spread out. However, 35701 getting caught out here in the top lane, going to try and W out, and Tempo Control not going to chase, not going to put any risk into chasing down the support. They're just going to let her go, which I think is definitely the fair option here. The main goal is we play safe, we farm up, we late game scale, and then we just destroy you.
Yeah, and another thing is the side of Tempo Control. The gold is definitely not in their favor, but the main reason for that is because they haven't taken any towers yet. It is still 4 turrets to 0, but look how low the... Oh, we might have a little engagement here. Now they're just going to back off each other as...
Oh no, Ashcash is the one caught out. The reverse, reverse card hits him, but Asheroth is also trying to run out as well. Ashcash popping the ultimate as well, too, to try and stay alive. Big Magnetic Storm will come out, and a double stun onto these 2 members of Tempo Control. Javi is going to be going on a killing spree as Ashcash is taken out. Big damage from the Vigar. Primordial Burst, but is it enough? Rel is really tanky. Feather Storm's coming through to rip these members apart, but Cracked has shown up. Look how much damage the Urgot is putting out, but it won't be enough. The burst coming in from Orianna, also very strong. However, he's caught in the cage as well now. A little bit of damage back and forth. Ends up being a 2 for 3 in favor of Tempo Control once again. So losing a lot of members on both sides, but it's just ever so ahead for the side of Tempo Control, especially the fact that they lost, you know, their support and not their ADC as well. That's a huge loss, I would think, from that city.
And we're already starting to see the scaling from the side of Tempo Control start to come into effect here. The Orianna does have 2 items, so does the Veigar, however, and let's go ahead and take a look at the damage he's currently sitting on. 443 magic damage just on 2 items versus the Orianna with about half that, about 200 less than that, so...
Little bit of damage from this Veigar, but oh no! Oh, Wash Editor backing in lane, gets caught out, and that is a dead Xayah. Oh boy, that is really unfortunate to see. A minute and a half up on this dragon as well too. Means MAAD City are going to be able to get a lot of control over this half of the jungle here, which is going to be great for them setting up for this sword point. Let's see if they're going to be able to secure this one though. Up in a minute 10, and definitely a big one for them if they're able to get that Infernal. But top lane here, oh boy, Razenkin will survive the damage with the Primordial Burst coming out. Not quite enough to one-tap you yet, but with the skirmish happening here around the bot side. Inhibitor turret, Ashcash looking to go in. That's going to be the Swirl Seed coming through. Fear Beyond Death though, Orianna gets just picked off there, as Javi going to be having to run away as well too. Cage comes out, and MAAD City are forced to disengage. Now we have a 5v4 scenario with this dragon up in 30 seconds.
Yeah, and the kill on Xayah ends up not meaning all that much because it just meant some pressure on the bot side of the map. But now that you've lost your mid laner with the dragon spawning at the same time she is, and she just burned TP to get down to the bot lane, it's going to be, this should be a free dragon for the side of Tempo Control, because not only that, now the Gnar has just reverted back to mini Gnar, so not going to have Mega Gnar for this fight either. There is a possibility that they could trade for the Baron, but no, this is sole for them. They want to fight for it. The dragon is spawned, and they are flanked. They are moving as a 5-man group, and Axum is on the flank here, trying to get that Gnar bar started.
Yeah, but that dragon is getting shredded down very, very fast. Trying to draw it out now. Tempo Control are going to bring this Infernal back. Try to keep Axum off of him, but take a look at 35701. Looking to go around, and it is going to be stolen by Javi as the re-engage there. Big Magnetic Storm in the choke point. That's exactly what we wanted. The Cage is going to come out as well, too. Big damage from this Veigar, but look at Razenkin on the backside, keeping him away. Ashcash is going to be taking next, and MAAD City find a 4-for-0 plus the soul. So well played on their timing. They were patient. They waited until it got low, and then they struck, forcing Tempo Control to move back into a place they did not want to fight. That's exactly what you said Dream is. You don't want to fight in the open, you want to fight in the jungle. That's exactly what they do, and they find a huge team fight.
Yeah, and because of that, they get the Infernal Soul, they get the Baron, they get all the pressure in the world they could possibly want. This Baron should extend it to a 10,000 gold lead here. Close to it, 53,000 to 45,000. It's about an almost 9,000 gold lead. And now all they have to do is kind of just take these standing turrets that are on the outside of the base, which both are very, very low. So,
yep, let's see, because this siege is going to be so important for this side of MAAD City. They need to push as hard as possible, because we are now just 20 seconds away from that 30-minute mark, and knowing, like we've been talking about all game, this Veigar has got 269 stacks right now, 480 AP. Not quite yet with with that Rabadon, which really just kind of turns him into his animal late game monster. But we still need to see a couple items come out, and it's a really tough situation for him right now, because without that damage, MAAD City are going to continue their push, continue their assault on the base and the towers of Tempo Control. 5 turrets to 1 so far, and pushing on all lanes as they're going to go ahead for this inhibitor turret. Able to go down, but the Lilting Lullaby is going to lock down Razumkin. Shockwave is there, but it's not enough. That's enough to half damage the take half the bar of that Zaya. But up in the top lane, Axum 35701 pushing on in the cracked, and those Baroned up cannon minions doing so much work for the side of MAAD City. It's looking like starting to back off just a little bit. Still about a minute and a half on that Baron buff left for them.
Yeah, on the bot side of the map, the Orianna does go down there, but the minions say, "Don't worry, we got you, fam," and they still end up knocking down that bot lane inhibitor turret. So the bot lane inhibitor is exposed. And with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left before this Elder Dragon, you got to think this is probably the avenue for Tempo Control to get back into this game. Elder Dragon is a very, very powerful buff here. Can change the course of this game and definitely matches the Infernal Dragon in its potency.
Yeah, honestly, the way these team fights have been going, it's either all or nothing for one of these teams. Like there's a lot of burst. There's a lot of burst on both sides. So whoever gets picked first, whoever gets the drop on each other first, tends to be winning these fights. So an Elder would just really make one of these fights so one-sided. Whoever's able to pick that up. So MAAD City definitely going to be looking for that, because that would essentially just be the close into their game. But if Tempo Control can go ahead and pick that up, I don't know if they'd be able to end off of it, but they'd be definitely able to pick up a massive team fight and look to get some towers back for themselves, and possibly even out this gold lead a little bit, which is about 10k up still for MAAD City.
Yeah, we've seen just how much damage that this team does. The Urgot is starting to come online here. He has the Strivebreaker, he has the Sterix, he has the Thornmail, and it looks like he may be going for some more damage here as his next buy. I do believe that may be the Titanic. I'm not entirely sure. I actually haven't built that item in God knows how long, so I don't remember exactly its components. So...
Let's see what's going to happen here. 35701 actually going to be picked off here. Getting really low. A lot of CC being done, but the Fear Beyond Death will secure that kill on the Rel, as this fight is going to be over just after that. MAAD City not wanting to risk any more bodies there, but kind of a weird place for the two of those members of MAAD City to be stepping up again in that choke point. I don't think anybody in this game wants to be in a choke point. It's so ideal for both of these teams to catch each other out in these really tight corridors. So kind of a risky play to be stepping up like that, as ping's coming up around this mid lane here. Elder is up in 1 minute, Baron in a minute 50, but Elder definitely the big one here, is Ashkash not going to be able to catch that Gnar. Actually, the rest of his team is now here. Cage is coming up, Frost is coming down, Axum is going to be going into Mega, so gotta watch out as Tempo Control respect that Mega Gnar back right on off.
Yeah, they're going to respect Mega Gnar coming out though, but the timing of this Mega Gnar is a little bit unfortunate, because the Elder Dragon is spawning here in about 30 seconds. The Mega Gnar is not available. You see they have pulled out some resets here, trying to get back onto the map with some upgraded items. We see the Lord Dominic's finished for the Zaya here, but on the other side we have the Infinity Edge, Lord Dominic's, Gale Force, and the Phantom Dancer finished for Tristana. This is a very big Tristana.
Flash into the cage. Oh no, that's unfortunate, but this fight is not done yet. It looks like that Tristana was looking to try and re-engage, but is just going to get picked up as well too. Able to take down Babs on the way. A lot of damage still comes out of this Tristana, but so far it's a 2-for-1 in favor of Tempo Control. Elder's up on the map right now. Both junglers are still here, and Axum getting back into Mega form, so this is going to be a little risky. As long as Tempo Control can wait this out, this should be okay, but they have the number advantage, so possibly look to re-engage as soon as that Mega's gone. That's exactly what Tempo Control has got to be thinking right now, as that Gnar's just tossing out some houses here, looking to get a little bit of damage down. Crack sitting in the bush, no vision on him, is the Rel trying to pair with Jabby, but really separated from the team at this point. They could look to just jump on the Rel, but Everybody's still split up.
Just the Orianna can rejoin upon respawning here. The TP is available, so is same thing for the Veigar.
Keep your eyes out here. This Elder has been started up here by MAAD City, but look at 35701 on the other side. In come Razenkin as well too. Will it be the big shockwave? Yes, it will. MAAD City looking to clean up this fight, but Babs so strong will just explode the Orianna. Axum with a massive shield. I don't know if he's going to be able to survive this. All 5 members of Temple Control live through the onslaught that MAAD City is trying to pop off with, but it's Temple Control now. At that late game stage, you're not going to be able to stand up to all the damage they've got pumping out. 4 for 0 and an Elder, but look
where Tristana is.
She's going to get spotted out. That ward was there. Urgot's going to be backing to stop her. The rest of the members of Temple Control, though, heading over to this Baron and looking to take back this lead. The gold, only about 5k difference. It's been cut in half. Still in favor of MAAD City, but now they've got the Elder. They've got themselves the Baron. They've got it all. That timer for the Elder you see on screen was a little bit late, so it's not exactly 2.5 minutes, but they are going to be sitting with both those buffs on them right now. If I'm Temple Control, I'm barreling down this this mid lane, looking for a fight, looking to get some objectives here for myself. And if anybody steps up, oh boy, you better say a quick prayer, because you will not be long for this world.
And the Veigar has actually finished the Void Staff.
Yay!
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh boy is right. Here they come, members of Temple Control, barging down this mid lane, using their Baron power play as best possible, as they are 5 members strong here. Oh, look at the Lilting Lullaby actually coming down onto Axum in 35701. Not going to be able to follow up onto that, but they do take down this tier 2 mid tower. Axum about to go mega. Cage will come up as well too to just keep these members of MAAD City away from him. And you got 2 cannon minions here with the Baron buff on them. All you got to do is sit around here, but Ashcash actually going to be taking a step up here. Nard trying to throw down some damage, but that is the inhibitor cracked open, as well as the, well, inhibitor tower and inhibitor both going down back to back here. As Temple Control pushing on, they're not done quite yet. This Baron is still up on them for another minute 40. And they're just going to keep marching these cannons in. There's not much they can do. MAAD City having to sit back. They can't fight, knowing the Elder is still on and available for these members of Temple Control. Back on off, but watch Editor almost taking out. Big Featherstorm there to get out alive. But take a look at this. The re-engage here. Jabby looking to go in. Cage will be popped. And Ashcash actually going to be taken down. Jabby looking to go back in once more. Look at the Magnetic Storm. Azeroth is going to be not very long for this world, as he is picked off there. Lilia is gone, and MAAD City find a win on this fight, even with that that Elder that just recently expired. So damn well played by MAAD City to just barely hang on there.
And this is starting to get worrisome, because they had the two most powerful buffs in the game right there, and they still couldn't end the game. There is so much standing gold, especially in that bot side, and the top lane inner tower did go down as well. But the entire bot lane is free for the taking. Bot lane has been abandoned. Sorry to say.
Sag.
For this game.
Feels bot lane, man. Oh, but honestly, these 2 teams, a lot of it has been heavily focused around team fighting, which, you know, that's a lot of, we did definitely talk about the heavy priority being put around these objectives, which we have seen a lot of these major fights taking place around Baron and Dragon. But right now we got about 2.5 minutes on Elder, a little under 3 minutes on the Baron. So really at this point, we have almost every member on either side, with the exception of our supports at that level 18 mark. Builds on
hey, they remember bot lane.
Yeah, they remember bot lane. They did decide to make a little trip down here, but it is getting very scary for both sides. This, when you get to this late in the game, well, almost 40 minutes basically, it really becomes, I wouldn't want to call it a coin flip, but it becomes a lot more even odds for both sides to take home a win, just because of how strong everybody is. Everybody is on this map, but definitely got to keep our eyes on Babs, who not too long ago was a little over 400 in AP, is now at 800. So he's pretty strong. Pretty strong, dude.
Yeah. And it looks like his last item is actually going to be the Seraphs, and we know just how much AP the Seraphs gives. Yeah, 65 ability power plus 114. Yeah, it's giving. It's dodged out.
Babs is going to be going golden as well too, so that Zani's down. Jabby is maybe a little bit of trouble, able to escape that cage. A lot of back and forth, and we see Rel kind of sitting around on the backside looking for a flank. However, one spell shield there that they're going to have to deal with is the siege on the bot lane is trying and not going the most successful, but I think it's more to get that pressure for the Elder, which is up in under a minute now. So TP is actually going to be coming through from Babs as the reset is here. Coming on into this bot lane as this tower, this tier 2 is looking really low. The flash out of the cage does not even want to get caught by a single moment of CC. Pretty much equals death for either side if you get caught out at this point. So respect flash out, but that's that Orianna will not have flash. The Rel does have the Hex flash up, but Summoner is down for really both sides. Looking at them here, both sides are playing extremely cautious and really respecting each other, but really, I think we're one big fight away from this game being over, and nobody wants to be the one who throws the game for the team.
It might be this Alistar. He's not moving very fast compared to the rest of his team. He is going to get out, though, as the Elder is going to be spawning here right now. 20 seconds until the
Axum possibly caught out. They're going to look to go and commit. Primordial Burst comes through, and that Spear from Beyond will pick him up. Another one dropping as well to MAAD City, losing 2 members here at 42 minutes. This is so unfortunate for them. Gonna have to go. I don't know what you do at this point. Like, you have no other option other than just to go for this Elder, because after this, Tempo Control is just going to be seeding down in the mid lane. IQ cracked on the backside of this map, trying to deal with Jabby. Over the comes, World Seed will not land, but in the cage they go. Primordial Burst is back up, and down goes Jabby. That Elder is going to get secured here by the side of Tempo Control, and they are going to look to go ahead and clean this game up, finish it out, and maybe the photo finish as the five members run down this mid lane.
Maybe they might go for the Baron here, but I think they might just run it down mid lane. The Urgot is going to the top side. He does have TP available. The Veigar is going to be pushing in bot. Yep, there's the TP from the Urgot, just clearing out that minion wave. We'll be there for the push. The Urgot, the Olaf, the Udyr.
There we go. I know a lot of champions.
Do you know how many teams?
Yes.
You know how many junglers I've seen?
Oh my goodness. Wash Editor getting low. The heal comes through. But, oh, very cool. Shockwave's actually going to be able to just clip Wash there. Caught in the cage, trying to get out the Featherstorm Respect to get back to safety. But now that Xayah is much more exposed than earlier. The siege on this bot inhibitor tower will continue. Babs trying to get some damage down to Axum, but he's still pretty damn strong, especially in that Mega Form. Swirl Seed will just go in between as the needle was threaded. Nutty Bars, though, having to take care of that super minion wave barging in onto the mid lane of MAAD City's base. However, again, we're seeing the Rel trying to loop around here. No vision on him. This is actually really scary, as that Magnetic Storm is available, looking to pop the Turbo Chem tank. See if they're able to do it. Pressure onto this inhibitor is still going, taking it very slow. Tempo Control does not want to overplay their hand, as this game still could go either way. Cracked actually stepping up a little bit, maybe as a bait, dashes on out. They see Rel along the side there in the cage to disengage. Will not let them through. A little passage there, you see them all kind of single file line through, but in comes Jabby, looking to go for a Primordial Burst, is going to be able to find it, but however, it's a massive Gnarl into the wall. MAAD City, oh my god, Axum is able to finally find it, the big Gnarl he was looking for all game. A triple kill as well, picked up here for Razenkin, and my god, MAAD City pop off. It's gonna be the ace and possibly the game here as they look to go and crush as many inhibitors as they can.
This should be the game here. The minion wave is going to be lagging quite a bit behind them, but they should be able to take this, and the Rel can tank up just a little bit until the minion wave gets there. So this should be the game here. The
Yep.
death timers are still fairly long. 20 seconds on the lowest one, the Alistair.
Oh, this game is donezo. The Tristana's on the base. We're shredding through the turrets, and that is going to be the Nexus dropping. A 45-minute game, but Mad City able to clutch that win over Temple Control. GG.
Oh, that looked like a one fight, a one game. That was 2 Elder Dragons going the way of Tempo Control. I'm actually surprised they didn't just go for the Baron and then push to end. That would have been a much cleaner end there. But they decide they're going to use the power of the Elder buff. Little did they know the Elder buff expired in the middle of that siege. They had to back off, and then Udyr said, "You're not disengaging just yet because I'm ready to fight now because it's gone." And he stuns somebody, and then Rel comes in with the Magnet Storm 4-man ultimate from the Gnar into the Orianna ultimate on top of all of that, and you just saw people's health bars literally evaporate.
Yeah, and that's why you were asking about the turbo chem tanks there for both mostly for the Rel, but even on Javi as well too. That last engage we saw, turbo chem tank. He was able to go fast, able to initiate that. Rel was able to follow up as well too, and Axum finds a gorgeous ult over basically the entire side of Tempo Control, which allowed the rest of Mad City to clean that one up. So really, really close back and forth first game of the night. Like 45 minutes. That's a long game. Like you said, multiple Elders were taking this game. Multiple Barons, I believe, were taking this game as well too.
Actually, just one.
Just the one. Right.
Just
the
the
second
one was
one
taken.
spawned, but it was just the death timers were just way too long, and they're just like, okay, we can just end at this point. So really, really well played by both sides, but in the end, Mad City just find that nasty fight they were looking for all game. They're able to close it out, but it's a best of 3 series, Dream. So we gotta see if we're going to 3 games tonight, if Temple Control can pull it back to a game 3 in this next one, as they will be the ones with side selection. So my predictions, I don't want to assume anything, but my predictions would be that Temple Control are going for that blue side again, just knowing how strong B1 picks are. So we'll have to see what happens here. But while we are about to go to break, there's a player of the game poll up for Mad City. So go ahead and let us know who you think deserves player of the game from that one. But yeah,
that's a hard choice. That's a hard choice to pick from. Who every single one of them deserves player of the game. Honestly, I can't give it to just one person.
It's tough. The whole of Mad City played really, really damn well, but so did IQ. This is going to be, I think, a close series for us tonight, Dream, but we'll have to see what happens in Game 2 when we come back from the break. Make sure to also enter in the raffle. There is a 1,000 token raffle going on right now. We will announce the winner after this break, so make sure to be there. We'll see you in about 5 minutes.
losing my day. Yeah, I don't wanna go back, but I don't wanna stay. I'm losing my mind here, baby. I'm losing my day. Yeah, I don't wanna go back. I don't wanna stay. Losing my mind now, baby. Losing my mind. Losing my mind now, baby. Losing my mind. Losing my mind now, baby. Losing my mind. Losing my mind.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to week 10 of the LTS Premade. We got our first player of the game, and that's going to be 35701 going on the rel 1, 5, and 15. That's a lot of numbers to say, but congratulations on our first player of the game tonight. It's going to be taken home by that the big rel, making some lovely engages there with the magnetic storm, and really looking for those little flank plays there too, which is kind of nasty, but really paid off in the end for their team. So we'll have to see if that rel gets let through again, but there's a lot to focus on in terms of bans. However, in this next game that we have coming up, we have full rosters. We got full health here in terms of what we're looking at in rosters, as Daily Peach has joined back in. Was just absent there for game number 1, but Daily Peach is back. We got our spec link ready to go, so we are going to be hopping into this draft in a few short seconds, guys. While we are getting that set up, though, we have our raffle winner that we are going to announce there. So let me get that, if you guys can imagine a little drum roll for yourselves in your heads there, I will have that going in 2 seconds there, and then we will hop into draft. So let me just wait for my darn internet browser to do its thing. We'll complete that, and then we're going to hop over here. So if you haven't already, which I'm surprised because it's been pinging out throughout the night, raffle has 2 entrants in it. So we are going to announce our winner here. If somebody else redeems that token raffle, we will have it up again. But 50-50 shot for 1,000 tokens, and they are going to be going over to who? Oh, I'm not very surprised here, but congratulations, Dream, on your tokens here. Remember,
Yes.
Remember to enter in those raffles when you see them. But Dream, our token leader right now, first place, and our current king holder is trying to take it home again, but doing well so far. He's getting pretty damn lucky on these raffles, so there is going to be another one redeemed there by Dream, as you just saw. So we will have another raffle open up right now. We will announce our winner when we come back from game 2. So everybody in the chat, if you are a follower, you can go ahead and enter into that raffle using the command raffle. And that is open right now up until when we come back on to the desk here after game 2. However, let's take a look at what's going to be happening here in our second game of the night, as Tempo Control with side select has actually opted for the red side. So they're going to be staying on the same sides here, as predictions are not open. And no, this is not the pick and ban right now. We do have a new PentaQ coming up here that is going to be used. We'll give our players the ready. But Dream, what are we thinking is not making it through this game?
I think it's definitely going to be the Rel.
Yep.
I do think Rel, possibly the Gnar. They will have all 3 of their bans here. I don't think the Gnar would have made it through otherwise.
No.
But I do think that the bans may stay similar. I do think there may be some adaptations. I do think the Gangplank was a good ban from Tempo Control.
Absolutely.
I do think that the Rel should be a ban here. And I do think that maybe the Udyr or possibly the Gnar could be potential bans as adaptations. However, if you're the side of MAAD City, you might want to think about banning out that Veigar there, because boy, oh boy, was that Veigar a nuisance in that game.
Absolutely. Like, it just kind of stopped a lot of what MAAD City were looking for, but once the cage was down, they were able to execute quite nicely. However, we're getting into this second draft of the night, and MAAD City kicking it off with the immediate ban to Daily Peach.
Yeah, and there goes Kha'Zix. VKC, any VKC fans in the chat? Because that's a ban towards him as well, and Spirit. It is going to be Kha'Zix, and it looks like MAAD City has decided they're going to swap it up entirely, and they're going to ban both the Vi and the Kha'Zix here. Aatrox and the Gangplank are going to be banned away from Control. So no, Axum is not playing that Aatrox, Axum is not playing that Gangplank, and no Orianna as well for Razikin.
Oh, it seems my voice might be given out for some unknown reason, but yeah,
that's not allowed. I'm the only one allowed to let my voice go out here.
I know we gotta hold on for at least one more game here, but the first pick gonna be coming out as that Udyr again for Javi. Did a great job with it last game, and pretty strong B1 pick to start things off.
And with Daily Peach back, I wonder what the priority is going to switch to. We saw last game they did go for the Alistar and the Lilia here. Instead, it is going to be the Hecarim and the Alistar. So, similar picks, except they're going to go with the 4-legged Centurion instead of the 4-legged deer.
Yep, another one of those really strong jungle picks right now. The Hecarim is just really good for, like we were talking about in game 1 there, just kind of splitting the line and causing chaos around these team fights. So that Onslaught of Shadows is so crucial when you're fighting for those dragons, fighting for those barons. But let's see what MAAD City's going to respond with here.
Yeah, I'm actually quite curious to see what MAAD City are going to go with here. It is going to be the Saya takeaway here. Don't want Tempo Control Washed Editor to have that this time around. And I wonder what they're going to pair it with. Last time it was the Rel, but it is going to be the Saya Recon.
Oh, that's so awesome to see. So great to see.
I actually, back when I was on a previous team of mine, I actually ended up learning the Recon specifically because Zaya was his favorite champion. And I actually got pretty good with it. Unfortunately, the AD carry disappeared for about 8 months out off the face of the earth. We all thought he died.
Oh no.
This was actually Chubby Bunny. I don't know if you remember him from OGP.
That
yeah.
reminds me of, yeah. But you see immediately that Ezreal will get picked up here by Wash Editor. One of those picks we were talking about earlier in the night will make its way onto the Rift for game number 2. It was banned out game 1 by MAAD City.
That's a little funny coming from the comments there. Javi is an Udyr bot, feels bad.
Oh no. But I mean, you saw what he was able to do last game. He's able to execute that champ and do exactly what you'd expect from your Udyr. I run at you, I bear slap you. Alright team, come and get it. And it's exactly what they're probably going to be looking for again this game.
Yeah, I'm actually quite excited for this game. With Daily Peach back in, we may see a switch of play styles here. We saw that they played a bit more reactive from the side of Tempo Control, allowed MAAD City to initiate, and then they re-engaged. Unless Alistair was there, then he was engaging. But with Daily Peach on this Hecarim here, I do expect a bit more aggression from the side of Tempo Control. And Ezreal, once again, can 1v2 a lane very, very easily. It is going to actually be the Veigar ban here. And
yeah, very fair. Very fair to take that off the board. I don't know what's going on with... ooh. I thought it was my Streamlabs being weird. I'm like, why is the Seraphine there as R4? Because it made it all the way through to R4? Oh my goodness. That is somehow going to...
I mean, last game it went through picks and bans without being picked or banned, so...
That too. That's true. But let's see what the final picks of MAAD City are going to be here.
And this is most likely going to be the mid lane Seraphine pick. Tristana is still available. You did say that the Tristana is a favorite of Razakin here. So we may see the Tristana pick. Going to go ahead and wait just a little bit. And it is actually going to be the Twisted Fate here.
Okay.
Very easy to set up dives with the Twisted Fate. He just presses R and all of a sudden, oh look, he's here.
You got the Destiny from him, you got the quickness from Rakan, and of course you got Javi, who's going to be running in your face with the Udyr. So, sorry, Dream, take over for me. I'm dying over here. Oh my god.
Okay, at least we're not in game and I don't have to play-by-play cast. I'd actually rather die. So we're going to go ahead and get into these last few picks here, and Renekton, I do love this pick. Very, very easy to for a 3-man dive up in that top lane. Tempo Control does have the counter pick, however, and the set is being hovered. I don't think set went all the way through pick spins, was not picked. We did see yesterday that that champion did not get to even look at the hold up.
Let's see what's
okay.
gonna be.
Okay. At first I saw the Cade and I'm like, is that gonna be a Hecarim top?
The Ghost Hecarim top. But I believe we've seen the Rise come out for Crack before, so at least he'll be able to. Oh, well, we're running AP, but it's no Rise. It's a Vladimir.
Yeah, gonna channel that inner peak lay here. And we're gonna see the Vladimir into the Renekton matchup. This champion is so much harder to dive than most of the champions because he has a very powerful outplay button called I can turn myself into a pool of blood. And we're just going to go ahead and get into the picks and bans here. Shouldn't be anything too out of the ordinary as far as champion placement goes. We should see the Renekton versus the Vladimir matchup. We should see the jungles matched up, the Hecarim and the Udyr. Mid lane, it should be Twisted Fate versus Seraphine. Unless they want to do some crazy shenanigans and send the Ezreal mid. I highly doubt that, but it is a possibility. And on the bot side, we will see the Ezreal Alistair, which will allow the Alistair to roam quite a bit, while the Ezreal can safely 1v2 this bot lane. And by 1v2, I mean he just won't die to it. Not that he can actually 1v2 the bot lane. That would be incredible and ridiculous at the same time. And on the other side, we have the Xayah Rakan, the lovers duo, going to be entering the Rift once again.
And honestly, knowing how, seeing how strong Xayah can be in some of these fights, pairing her up with that Rakan as well too, to get that extra little bit of buff that you do when you end up pairing up the lovers, is going to be really, really strong for them. On top of that too, the pick potential that they have with the Rakan, with the Twist of Fate, I think is going to synergize really nicely for them. Will at least allow them to get around this team fight comp, which Tempo Control are looking for. So if they're able to set up the picks, I think they're going to be looking good this game, but definitely a team fight favored comp coming through here from Tempo Control. The Seraphine ult is just ridiculous for making catches and locking down multiple members in these big objective fights too. And pair that up with the Hecarim, the Ezreal True Shot Barrage as well too, and then a Vladimir running around the back line. Yeah, that's a lot of damage in these team fights. So I think picks are going to be very important for MAAD City here. Probably going to be seeing what they do best is go and pedal to the metal in these early games and really looking to get themselves ahead, really looking to get themselves that lead. But I think we have two very strong comps again coming through to the
hold up. I think that was a mistake pick there.
Oops. Yep, it was. It was a little bit of an oopsies here as flip it on back to this screen here.
I don't think we are okay. That was a Draven. Draven has to make his appearance at least once per week, just that way people don't forget about him.
Yeah, I know we don't tend to see him too often in competitive play that much anymore these days, but he's pretty damn strong. Not gonna lie, but he was not picked up here in this game, so they have to go get the right ADC for the position.
Yeah, it is going to be the Ezreal, not the Draven. I mean, Draven would be crazy. But it was not picked in picks and bans here in the Pentakill, so it is not going to be seen in this game. It seems like Wash Editor has something else on his mind, and it is definitely not Ezreal. He wanted to catch the maxes.
He's thinking like an ADC already. He's ready to do some big damage, and I mean, we have seen different builds come through on the Ezreal recently with, like we were saying earlier, the sometimes we do see an earlier Dustblade built on him, which tends to give him a lot of early game damage versus the older builds, which is scale into late game. But these are fairly strong teams that we have on both sides, as they are locking in once more into the client. So hopefully everything goes it's copacetic on that
swimmingly.
Side there.
Everything goes swimmingly as other people are trying to take my tokens from me, I see. Stop it.
No, get him, guys, get him. Bring down the king, but we'll have to see, because those predictions are going to be opening up in a second. So want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Who's going to be winning this game here, as those teams are now locked in, which means predictions are open. You can go ahead and start putting down those tokens and letting us know who you think is going to win this game number 2. If Tempo Control can take a win here and take it to game 3, or if MAAD City are going to go for the 2-0. They have looked strong on stream when we've had them here, but so has Tempo Control. That last game was kind of insane between both these guys, so looking forward to another crazy game here on the map. But like I was saying earlier, Dream, if Tempo Control lose tonight, they will be technically, I want to say, it'd be 6-4. They'd be 6-4 if they lose tonight. And if UAE win, they are currently 6-4, so if they win, it would put them at 7-4, which means that second place seed just got shaken up here. So Tempo Control need to look to come and get this reverse sweep here, because it's definitely not ideal having to play through that bottom half of the bracket. It's a whole extra game that you have to play. So definitely an important one for them here. But looking at what these teams want to execute, Dream, what are we going to be expecting from either side here?
All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the side of MAAD City's composition. They have built a pick composition and a backline dive composition. The Rakan, the Udyr, and Renekton can all get to the backline fairly easily. However, it will leave the Xayah and the Twisted Fate a bit exposed. However, they're not looking to team fight per se. They can team fight, though they don't want to. They really just want to split the map here. They want to use the Renekton and the Twisted Fate to split the champions up, because a straight up 5v5 team fight is not a team fight that they are going to win, especially with a Vladimir, a Hecarim, and a Seraphine on the other side. So much AoE damage, and the ultimates coming out from those three will have the same effect as the Rel Orianna Gnar combo that we saw at the end of last game, except this will be not as fast, just because it isn't just instant burst damage. Vladimir obviously takes a little bit time. It's basically that damage that you're just waiting to die from, and you're just standing there like, hurry up so I can start buying new items, please, or just leave the game, thanks. But no, so for the side of MAAD City, they want to split the map. They don't want to take on 5v5 team fights unless they get very, very far ahead early on in the game here. But on the side of Tempo Control, they want to force those fights. They want to group up as 5. They want to be in the middle of everything. They want these objectives, and they want to absolutely demolish people in team fights.
Yeah, these team fights are going to be kind of nuts when they start get going, but I would think just based off of what we're looking at, the team fight advantage, I would give the edge on over to Tempo, especially in the late game. Once that Vladimir gets a couple items under his belt, he becomes very scary, especially for that Xayah and the Twisted Fate as well too. However, Renekton gets pretty damn beefy in the late game as well too, and can be quite hard to deal with. So it really comes down to how these guys are playing their teams, and knowing MAAD City, they're going to be busting out of the gates, ready to go, ready to tear something up, and I'm very excited to see how this one's going to go. But we are just a few moments away here from heading to our break, so guys, make sure to keep putting your predictions in, as well as entering into that raffle, which is open up until we come back from Game 2. But we will be back on the Rift in a few short moments to bring you game number 2, so don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss this one.
I saw you smile from across the bar. Yeah, she was pretty and so close but so far. She flipped her hair and I thought this can't be true. How does a man like me get someone like you? And then she looked at me and I was confused. Everyone here can't be the one that she'll choose. And I looked back and saw the spark in her eyes. This can't be real, my head's telling me lies. Just like that, you're coming closer to me. Come shake me, grab me, so I wake up from this dream. I can't breathe, come at me. I don't know if I can speak. Then she said, come with me and let's be free. The night is young and I think this could go far. The sky is dark but you're my shooting star. Could see your face reflect upon the moon. It was a pretty summer night in June. And then she looked at me and I was confused. Everyone here can't be the one that she'll choose. And I looked back and saw the spark in her eyes. This can't be real, my head's telling me lies. Just like that, you're coming closer to me. Come shake me.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to There we go. We got some overlays going now. Week 10 of the LTS Premade, our final week, and potentially our final game of the night here as MAAD City is looking to close it out 2-0 and defeat that second place team, Tempo Control. But we got a couple of spicy teams on the rift for this one here, and I'm looking forward to an exciting game.
Yeah, and we gotta go ahead and take a look at these runes here from some of these champions. We got the Unsealed Spellbook from the Twisted Fate, fairly standard. Not really in the threat to die, so doesn't have to take anything a bit more defensive, and not very easy to kill the Seraphine either, who actually took the cleanse here. There's actually two cleanses on the side of Tempo Control. We have the cleanse from the Ezreal and the cleanse from the Seraphine. But something that I want to draw attention to the most here is that PTA from the Renekton there on the top side of the map. We usually see him go Conqueror. A little bit interesting for the PTA to come out. What do you think about that, Gurv?
I mean, it's a lot of damage that you can get down very, very quickly, but we'll see. Again, in this terms of MAAD City, they love to play the early game, and knowing that Vladimir is not an early game champion, I can definitely see Axum just pounding on Cracked as much as he possibly can in this early stage of the game. So definitely got to keep our eye out for that one going down, but I don't think it's terrible. It's a very aggressive choice, but for Axum and for MAAD City, that suits their playstyle, so I'm for it.
Yeah, and we do see a little bit of trading going down here in the bot side of the map. That is a lot of feathers that are there. Unfortunately, nothing be pulled as this Rakan is very, very ballsy. Going to take a bit of damage there. And mid lane, it's going to take a little bit of damage. Rasenkin on the downside of that trade, as they're just waiting for the level 2 so this Rakan can go in here. And level 2 does come in. Yep, and there it is, double knockup.
Oh, not so bad at all. The feathers are going to be pulling him back. The Ignite ticking down as well too. Ashcash will make it out, but that is the exchange of a flash, and only from the support right now. So all in all, not a bad little exchange for them, but Ignite will be down from
you have not closed the predictions.
Yes, that's all right. Well, at least there hasn't been a first blood yet, so we'll go ahead and close those up. Thank you, Dream. But yeah, nice.
I just saw somebody place their prediction. I'm like, hold up, they should be doing that.
Hold up. They're okay. The pool there for Crack though to get him out of that Renekton's range there. He's level 3 too, so he does have the stun, I believe, available to him. So definitely don't want to get caught up by that, because Renekton will just shred you into pieces if he's allowed some personal one-on-one time. Let's just call it that. Axum loves to get some one-on-one time with whoever decides to come to his lane. Is pretty damn aggressive as we're seeing, but Cracked is keeping his distance, getting some poke out from the back, as now we're seeing the assist pings coming to the jungle. I think they realize that both these junglers are on this side, and we might see a fight for the Scuttles break out, as Ashcash is floating around here as well too. But the attention for the bot lane is onto this Ezreal, so let's zoom it on out as we have a fight breaking out up here in the mid lane. Let's zoom on in as well too, as Javi slowed on down and stopped by that Seraphine. However, 35701 coming on in with the knockup from Rakan. The shields as well too to Javi, and that's first blood again for MAAD City. They're looking for another one. Daily Peach is getting low, but Javi goes... MAAD City, stop! You had the win, just leave. And they give up 2 kills for that. However, Axum looking for another. He doesn't have his flash to follow up on that, as he's actually almost able to take down Cracked up there.
Yeah, and that is going to be a victory for Tempo Control. Maybe, but...
Oh boy, Wash Editor. He has the flash available, but one last auto from 35701 will finish him off, and this is a very bloody game compared to the start of last one.
Yeah, last game started a little bit slow, and then the kills started ramping up, but most importantly here, the side of MAAD City have a gold lead, despite having, despite losing that engagement in the mid lane. They do trade back another kill, but they do have about almost 1,000 gold lead here, and that is mainly due to something Twisted Fate and the lead from the... Oh, no.
Even so, looking at this gold. However, we're going to have to come back to that in a second as Axum looking to trade in with Crack once more. He's got the stacks, and he's just going to rip the Vladimir apart. Solo kill for Axum.
Yeah, and that's just Axum doing Axum things. At this point, we don't even need to see those fights anymore. Usually it's going to go Axum's favor unless something dramatic happens, and that time it's no different. Axum is going to get the best of that trade there. The teleport already used for them for the side of tempo control. So that means Renekton is going to shove this wave really far in, but it looks like there is going to be a fight here in the bot side.
Yep, we see the knockup again. Double knockup from 35701. Oh my god. Plus the ignite. He's going to pick up another kill. That's 2 kills on the Rakan. So ideally, you'd like to have that gold on the Xayah, but it's all about the pressure for Mad City, and they're definitely getting it in the bot lane. And in the top lane, if you can see the little bit of bullying going on up here. It's not the nicest to be on the receiving end of this, but you got to know how aggressive Mad City is early on. You got to know that this Vladimir is scaling up into the late game. So there's not too much they can do about that right now, as 35701 still hammering the pressure on this bot lane, as this might be really risky. Javi is up here. In comes the bear slap. They're just going to change. You see the poor Vladimir. Cracked will drop once again. And that gold this time going on over to Javi.
Yeah, this is, he hasn't been able to get a single minion for the past 2 minutes now. He's going to lose this entire wave. He lost the other 2 waves previously, and it's going to be 3 full plates going to this Renekton here. And Renekton's sitting on almost 2,500 gold at 7 minutes. He's going to go back and he's going to buy pretty much his entire mythic item almost on his first back here.
At 7 minutes. At 7 minutes. It's 7 minutes in this game, Dream. That's that's kind of insane.
What is he going for? He just bought the Serrated Dirk and the Warhammer.
Well, there's a lot those two can build into, so I'm curious to see what is going to happen. But 35701 looking for a pick out again, and this is exactly what we're talking about. Pick City, Mad City is what we're looking for tonight, as they're going to go ahead and start up this first dragon and another mountain to start this season off. But we'll have to keep an eye on these souls, but let's keep an eye. But what we're seeing, though, again from Mad City is good rotations. They always have numbers going towards these objectives or these skirmishes. The exception of the top lane, because Axum is pretty damn self-sufficient up there. But they're
are
so
these
aggressive.
the same exact dragons that we had last game?
Mountain Ocean, yeah, so it should be another Inferno, but mid lane is in some trouble. Razakin getting jumped on as Daily Peach has made his way here with the Hecarim. A little bit more damage will finish him off, and that's going to be picked up by Babs. As now the kills are 5-3, still in favor of Mad City.
Yeah, and Seraphine has all 3 of those kills for the side of tempo control. A little scary if you're on the side of Mad City. A Fed Seraphine is a scary one.
Absolutely, but now we got to keep an eye on Daily Peach right now, as there is no vision in this tri-bush, and he's just going to hook right around behind here. As
he has the ultimate. He is. Why did he not go for it?
That could have been a nice big gank there, but right now Ashcash is getting jumped on right now. The double knockout for him, as he's going to try and get out. The Ignite's coming down. Featherstorm is there as well too, and he pops on forward. Nutty Bars picks up that kill on Ashcash. Watch Editor trying to escape back to the safety of his turret, but nicely played by Nutty Bars there to flash on forward with his ulti. Clean up that kill, but the flash on the Xayah is down. The Featherstorm is down, so definitely a lane to be looking towards. Is Axum still trading back and forth, Cracked up in that top lane.
Yeah, Cracked is doing what he can, but this Renekton is very, very strong at the current moment here. The Xayah needs to be a little bit careful. She's not the healthiest, but look where Rakan's waiting. He is ready.
Oh, he's lurking. The quickness comes in, and that's going to be Nutty Bars picking up the kill on the Watch Editor. And they're trying to go for one more, as the Destiny is being popped as well too, but that's to go to the fight up in this top lane as the gold card locks down Cracked. Mad City find another fight, another kill in the bot lane as well too. Nutty Bars is on a killing spree, picking up 2 after 35701. He's playing so well in this Rakan. And the top side of the map, essentially, you know, you see the Xayah Rakan, you pair them up together, they are solid together. So MAAD City's just setting the rest of their team up to this top lane, making Crack's life absolute hell. And they're going to pick up a tower at under 10.5 minutes, which is pretty damn insane. All the plates, all the gold plates is going to be pretty nuts. So that is the first tower of the game going down the top lane as Axum gonna pop the Dominus here. Going on into Daily Peach. Oh my god. Oh my god. The damage from Axum already is insane.
I think that might have been I would say a tilt play from Daily Peach, but Daily Peach wasn't in the game last time, so no reason to be tilted. But you can definitely see the cracks forming in top side.
I see you. I see what you're trying to do there, Dream.
I can't help myself, okay?
I know, buddy. We still love you though, and even all the jokes that come out too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I appreciate a good, well, I don't know if I call them good. I appreciate a pun. Well, look at this. Oh no! As Watch Editor will be able to E out, but Ashcash is probably gonna be dead. True Shot Barrage comes through. Double knock up from Ashcash. He's keeping him alive for quite a bit. 357-1 is getting low. He will drop as well too. It's a trade of support. Featherstorm comes on out, and oh, beautiful fear there from Daily Peach to get that Xayah back into the range of Watch Editor. Now, at least able to find a little bit of a win there. 2-for-1 in favor of tempo control on that one. And I don't want to say this is what kind of happened last game, but we saw tempo control starting to win a few fights here and there in the early game and start to really turn
it was never this big.
What?
The lead was never this big for MAAD City, and it was never this dominant. That is what the Renekton's going for. He has picked up the Prowler's Claw. Realizing just how strong he is in this matchup, he is just going to abuse the fact that he's that strong. And it seems like the Rift Herald is still available for wherever he wants to use it. Might be mid lane here as
big Seraphine ult. The encore comes through. The knock up from Ashcash, and Babs will finish up at Twisted Fate. A little too far stepped up forward, but Shelly will be summoned into this lane, and Axum is just sitting on the other side of this map, on the other side of that Raptor pit there. As in she goes, a little bit more gold for Renekton and Rakan as Pink's coming out towards this Baron, as this Ocean is going to be up in just a few seconds here.
And so we've been talking a lot about how strong this Renekton, this Udyr, and this Xayah have been doing, but secretly this this Seraphine has acquired herself 4 kills with 0 deaths, has the Moonstone finished, is also working on, it looks like, stopping Axum from going in there. Put this person top lane. Oh, the Prowler's Claw.
No, Dominus being popped as well too. In goes Axum and down goes Babs. So damn strong on Renekton. Now both of them with 4 kills apiece, and this Dragon's gonna get scooped up by MAAD City. I would expect it. This is weird, Dream. I would expect an Infernal right after that last game, but no, it's
no. I do believe last game it was the
weird.
It was Ocean Ocean Mountain, wasn't it?
No, it was
and
not
Mountain. I thought it was Ocean Mountain.
We got Mountain Ocean last game too, which is super weird. We got the same setup, but 2 different souls this game, which is
and this is what I had predicted.
Oh, look at this in the bot lane though. The quickness is coming through. True Shot Barrage is going to be popped, but 357-1 dashing back and forth between his ADC, giving them those shields, but Watch Editor starting to hurt a lot more now. But yeah, looking back at that, that's a little wonky. I don't know what's up with these Dragons. Maybe we do have to go back and it was the flip-flop version, but I could have sworn it was Mountain Ocean, same as last game. But we do have junglers coming down towards this bot side of the map as Javi and Daily Peach are, look at them. They're just standing there menacingly as in comes Javi looking for the slap. Once more, he will find it on Ashcat. TP's going to be coming through, but that's the onslaught of shadows as Daily Peach trying to follow up with his support, but no, Alistar will drop. In goes Crack. That's a lot of damage coming through as well too as the Hemo Plague is ticking down. And that will be a good chunk of damage coming down, but in comes the Destiny. Gold card is going to be able to lock down this Vladimir, the Featherstorm as well too, as that will be Crack going gold, and Daily Peach continuing to try and kite back, but nice big knock up to follow up that gold card as well too. Just gotta hit him with the question mark, but in comes Axum and down goes Watch. Editor Daily Peach is just gonna run for the hills. You do not want to mess with 5-0 Renekton.
Yeah, the Renekton actually channeling his TP there was interrupted by Bab's, what is it called? The Encore. There we go.
Yes.
It was interrupted by the Encore, and so he said, fine, I'll just walk down there. And uses the Prowler Claw to get the kill on the Ezreal.
Absolutely nasty what Axum is able to pull off, but we saw there Javi literally taking the wolves in the face of Daily Peach, and there's not too much he can do knowing that Renekton is not too far off, so he just kind of lets him take that. But MAAD City right now up 15 to 6 kills, up 31k to 25. They have about a 6k gold lead right now at 16 minutes, and up those early 2 Drakes. They are looking really, really good right now. Again, early game is where you want to be if you're MAAD City, and they are just tearing it apart.
Yeah, this game is, it's starting to feel a bit like the last game. It's going to take a very long time for the side of Tempo Control to get back into it. But as we saw, they can definitely get back into this game. There is definitely a point of contention that Tempo Control can make. The Seraphine is very, very strong, has the Staff of Flowing Water finished as well. So we have the Moonstaff finished for the Seraphine, and the tier is fully stacked. We may see the Seraph's Embrace from the Seraphine come out at some point. The Vladimir forced to go for the Zhonya's as his first item. You hate to see it. Doesn't even have a piece of his mythic item, as Ezreal is going to need to run.
Prowler's Claw, he goes on in. The cleanse a little too early, and my goodness. Axum is just on an absolute tear across every single lane. I mean, he pushed his advantage so well in the early game to get the lead that he now has, and now no one's really able to step up to him as another fight's breaking out here. They're looking for nutty bars. The Daily Peach goes in with the Onslaught of Shadows. So let's see, as here comes the quickness. The Encore used from the back line as well. Babs having to back on off, but Ashcash is in the thick of it right now as in comes Axum. This is gonna be a nice little fried beef patty going down in the jungle there, as unfortunately Ashcash will drop. Axum doing so much for his team, but ooh, Razakin with the gold card and immediate cleanse out of Seraphine. But you saw what Axum was able to do last time. He's gonna look for the dive in, taking a couple turret shots. His Daily Peach possibly looking to re-engage here. Walking on up, gold card down on to Cracked, as the siege will kind of subside.
The downside with this build from Axum here is he does not have a lot of HP, so he can be bursted down very, very quickly if they get on top of him, even through the ultimate. But we see the Prowler's Claw, we see the Blade of the Ruin King finish for him. He is very, very strong.
Let's see, Daily Peach, Axum duking it out. Chilling Smite's going to be coming down here. Destiny as well too, but Daily Peach is just going to get destroyed by Axum. He's now 7-0-1. This is absolutely insane, as this might not be as early as last game, but still, MAAD City looking to set themselves up for another Cyril point as directed
Did
camera.
you see his E did literally 70% of Ezreal's health bar, or not his E, his W, the stun, Empower Stun did 70% of that Ezreal's health bar.
I wouldn't doubt you, as True Shot Barrage rips through, does a pretty decent amount of damage to these members of MAAD City, but this Tier 1 mid tower will be going down. Shelly gets a charge onto the Tier 2, but no one's going to be there to follow that up, as Axum is just on his split push game right now. He's essentially taunting anybody to come over and deal with him. Do it. Come at me.
Yeah, and who's going to stop him?
I think the whole squad of Tempo Control is needed to deal with him right now, or at least 3 to 4 members. You need CC. You need to lock him down, and you can't let him be spinning around. He's got a pork. He's got a pork, for Pete's sake.
Yep, and he goes back and he buys another serrated dirk. He picks up the pickaxe. I do believe that may be an Edge of Night coming out for him. I think, maybe? No.
Oh my goodness.
Serrated dirk pickaxe. What does that make?
There's a lot of things that Serrated Dirt can make, but either way, he's strong and he's building even more aggressively as the game goes on, but rightfully so. He's 7-0-2. He's accumulated 10,000 gold this game. That is almost double of what his enemy laner has gotten. So, Axum, sorry.
I just heard Seraphine's ultimate go off and the
too. That's why we pinned on over to the mid lane there. I'm like, I heard that, but quick distraction to be popped on a Daily Peach. Gold card to follow up the onslaught of shadows to get himself to safety, but MAAD City all playing so aggressively, and we're actually seeing pings coming out onto this Baron, which has just come up on the map. So they're going to go ahead and start this one up, even though Axum is on the other side of the map. But he has TP available in case anything breaks up, but I don't know what tempo control can do to step up here. Axum still threatening the dive on Cractus. Now that's going to be the heal play coming down. The Vladimir goes golden. Axum trying to find this one here, but this Baron is getting low. Let's see if they're going to go for it. It will be going on over to MAAD City as Ashcash in the pit of this one. Daily Peach trying to follow up as well too, but that's a knockup from 35701. Are they going to be able to find anyone here? Ashcash is low, but now it's actually the members of MAAD City who are going to be going down. Razakin has to flash to get away too. MAAD City with the Baron secure, but they will lose 2 members of their squad.
Yeah, and the Renekton unable to really TP. The Cracked was able to avoid a lot of the engage there, just barely, but it did force out Axum's ultimate there. Burned the Prowler's Claw. He really didn't have much of anything besides the teleport to go into that fight with, and if he tried to channel his TP, there is a possibility Crack could have just killed him right then and there for the shutdown if he did find him. So they do get the Baron, but they lose out on quite a bit there. Ends up being a kill for the Hecarim, ends up being a kill for the Ezreal here, and there is a line of hope there, able to take these fights as long as the Renekton isn't there, and that's what it builds into. It builds into the Serpent's Fang, you know, the counter to Seraphine.
Yes. Oh, excellent. So, yeah, that's another shield. Wait, doesn't Renekton already have a shield breaking hit? They have another. Does not. Oh, but look at this though. Onslaught of Shadows to get out again. That's unfortunate to see. Because usually Daily Peach is far more aggressive, but he's being forced to use his ulti to get himself to safety. Because, again, getting caught out in those choke potentials is really, really rough. But Crack going to be eating the gold card. But the focus is these objectives. Using their Baron power play extremely well. We saw them do it in last game as well, too. Wait, no. No, we didn't. It was Tempo Control that got the Baron last game, wasn't it?
It was.
It was. I had my wires crossed there. But still, either way, both these teams know how to utilize a Baron buff when they've got it, and with the lead that MAAD City have right now, up 8k gold, up 18 kills to 8, 3 dragons to none. Rakan looking to go in. He's actually going to dash on back. Ashcat's getting low. The Encore is ripping through along with the 2-shot barrage. Daily Peach looking to go back in, but in comes the Destiny. Where is this Twisted Fate going to end up? I think it's just to get some vision around the map here, as Renekton is looking around here, waiting as the Twisted Fate shows up, and this is just going to be sold. There's not much that Tempo Control can do right now, especially with that Baron buff on them. That's MAAD City just go ahead, take this soul for free, and the trade back will be that
oh my
tower.
God.
But look how fast Javi is. He's looking to fly on in. Watch Editor is there. They're going to be able to go in with the quickness follow up. Watch Editor's getting low as well too. He's on that back line, but in comes Axum, this big Renekton. He's trying to get to that back line. He's going to go for Babs and say, you know what, that's fine enough. I'll take that one to start it off. Daily Peach going down to Axum on the back line to clean up the carries, and it's 4-0. MAAD City find a massive fight, push their lead even further. Now 10k gold lead for them as these Baron buffs are running out, but they are just going to be running down these lanes to take out as many towers as they can.
Yeah, we didn't actually really get to talk about the power from the Cloud Soul is going to give to MAAD City's composition. But you give Cloud Soul to a Renekton, an Udyr, and a Rakan. Remember
Did you
how
see
they
how
want
fast
to
Javi was? Did you see how fast Javi was last engage? Oh my god.
There he goes again.
There he goes again. Let's see if he's able to get the speed there. I gotta keep an eye on how fast the speed goes as Ashcash is actually getting in there. Big encore ripping through. We're not gonna land. The onslaught Shadows trying to find Axum. He's actually gonna survive for not as long as we thought. Double knock up there from Ashcash as these members of MAAD City actually gonna get picked off. 35701 sacrificing his body, trying to get that last knock up to escort the rest of his team out. But Daily Beach coming in, stopped up by that gold card as Razakin trying to escape these three members that are right on his tail. But they will take that shutdown on the Renekton gladly. He still has shutdown gold on him, but
most importantly, that's going to the Ezreal. The Ezreal picks up the shutdown there, 1,000 gold to him. He finishes the Dust Blade, and he still he did have a little bit of extra gold to spare there, so he picks up another control ward. This is actually going to be I don't think it's going to be a throw, but it is a start. It is a start. It's a 10,000 gold lead, but that is the start there. For tempo control to regain some tempo into this game.
yeah, and that's kind of what tempo control need to be doing, is just throwing everything onto Axum. He is ridiculously strong in these fights, so you can't really let him be zooming around your back line, or else everyone's just gonna die. But you also have to watch out for the Xayah now, who's like Nutty is 7-1 and 4 as well too. You can't not respect this damage that's gonna be coming out of the Xayah, but definitely for sure, like, Seraphine and Ezreal are starting to be coming online now, starting to do quite a bit of damage as well between the two of them. And that Seraph's Embrace now completed for the Seraphine as well too. Yeah, she's going to be firing off abilities like an absolute mad person. But
yeah, Hecarim, you are not faster than Udyr anymore. Bear faster than horse.
Julik's faster than 4. That math doesn't add up, but so far in this game, it is Axum looking to go in again. Cracked is going to be getting quite low, but Axum, you got to watch those turret shots. You got to stay alive for your team here. 357-1 coming around as well, too. Looking for that engage, but Dash is on back. Javi trying to push in the tower with his team as this bottom inhibitor tower is going to be going down. That is going to drop as the rest of the MAAD City members are kind of rotating around this base, looking for something more. The mid inhibitor is gone, but in goes Daily Peach with the onslaught of shadows. That encore is not going to quite reach them as Axum getting out to around half health there. Ashcash is in the back line of this. MAAD City forcing these members of tempo control off. Ashcash still living through this. Nutty Bar's on the side, looking for some damage, but Daily Peach looking to go on him. That Xayah just disappeared. Oh my god. Axum with a little bit of a shield, trying to re-engage, but tempo control are starting to win these fights. The re-engage here. Daily Peach looking to go back in. Those autos from the Seraphine are going to be doing a little bit. The gold card there to stop the Hecarim, but will it be enough? Wash Editor still on the chase as well too. Rakan trying to kite back for this, but it is not done. Okay, it's done now. We're done now. Oh my goodness. Tempo control, flipping things back around. We have triple exposed inhibitors in the base of tempo control. One of them down, but they find a huge fight, and now they're on to Baron. However, look at the Twisted Fate right now. He's trying to sneak something around them. Trying to pull a fast one.
There are 2 members, though, still alive, or still up to defend this. It is going to be him possibly getting away.
That Baron's going to be getting low. 35701 is here to maybe try for something. Oh my god! Oh my goodness. This was almost so damn close. That Baron was at 9 health, but now it's these members of MAAD City looking to re-engage. Watch Editor tries to go over the wall. 35701 is with them, but on the side, Axum is able to find Crack. It's going to be a killing spree for Watch Editor. Javi, though, with the Phoenix stance. Oh my goodness, just able to rip him apart, burns him down. These members of MAAD City now climbing into the base. It's 4v3 right now for MAAD City. Ashcash trying to do his best to stop this one up, but oh my god, Axum! He's gonna find Babs, rips him apart. Only 2 members of tempo control here to save this game. Daily Peach is on the wrong side of this wall. He's gonna get taken apart too. Axum taking a bit of turret shots here, but in comes Javi. Bear slaps him down. Ashcash, wait a minute. He's gonna pick up a kill there. Was that Ren? Oh my god, back off guys. Careful, careful, careful. Take it slow. You guys got this. as Death Timer is actually coming out. Vladimir and Ezreal are going to be up. That's one Nexus turret down. That's a second Nexus turret going as well too. Cracked is in. He's going to Rocket Belt on in as well too, but Axum and the remainder of these members of Mad City will have to back off for now. Coming very close to ending this game. That Nexus turret is quite low, but they're not going to be able to quite do it. As actually no, Rakan going back in with the quickness. Ashcash is going to be ripped apart. The next one on the list is going to be Watch Editor. He will cleanse, but there's just so much damage. Axum on a killing spree. IQ Cracked is going to go into his full form, but that is going to be another inhibitor in the base of Temple Control going down. All three will fall. It's a sliver of health left on this Nexus turret. Gold guard down, but a big encore as well too. Axum is going to be locked up. He's trying to heal. He's trying to kill. He's going to find all of them. Babs goes down even though he gets a double kill, but it's Axum who leads his team to victory. All right, you cleaned up the minions. Now onto the Nexus. Mad City are going to clean up this game 2-0. What an absolute insane series, Dream.
Go far away.
Woo! I can breathe.
Got a little bit of a BM there at the very end, but wow, that I didn't get to talk for the last 10 minutes of that game.
I didn't get to breathe for the last 10 minutes of that game. Oh my god, that was insane, Dream. Oh.
The last like 5-10 minutes of that game was just a fight. It literally just a fight. It started. I passed it over to you for it to start, and then I just kind of sat here. I drank my water, and the fight was still going. I went to the bathroom. I made some food. Came back. Fight was still going.
No, I was honestly surprised. I'm like, okay, we'll have a little bit of a fight. We'll pass it back on. But no, it was just a continued fight from Mad City for this entire last section of the game. And that pressure they put on, they just repeatedly won these little skirmishes back and forth there. And we don't even have to say it. We said it enough during that cast. You can look at your damage charts that are up on the screen for you right now. Axum was an absolute maniac this game. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, let's give a little credit to where it's due. The Ezreal, despite being so hounded so early on, being the second highest damage in the game there, he actually was doing a lot to keep their team in that game. Daily Peach doing a lot to keep that game going. Even the Vladimir was able to... The biggest issue I saw was, I'm pretty sure that Seraphine missed the last 4 ultimates of the game. Entirely. I saw what she was trying to do. She was trying to combo it by using it onto the Hecarim, but the Hecarim would ult too far away for the Seraphine, and then it would just die off, and then Hecarim's by himself in the middle of Axum and 35701 and Nutty Bars, so...
Yeah, that, like, this series was nuts. I mean, game 1 was probably, I would say, a lot closer than that one. There was some good back and forth there, especially like you were saying too, of Wash Editor doing a great job of like peeling back, trying to get out of these fights, and doing an extremely good job of guiding back in these fights, using the cleanse at great times too. But it's just so much engage that was coming out of the side of Mad City, and that's kind of what we talked about in draft, is that this is a heavy pick comp. We saw Javi just... you want speed? That's some real speed. Javi comes flying in out of these fights out of nowhere, out of the jungle. He'll just come bear slap you out of wherever. The Destiny follow-up from Razenkin was absolutely great for this comp too, because he could just go and gold card anybody they wanted to. And then 35701 was a massive team player for this one. He was not only helping Nutty Bars get to that point, the 10-2-7 in that lane, he was being great down there for his ADC, but also when it came to those team fights, looking for those knockups, the quickness timing was absolutely beautiful, and waited until they were all clumped up together to get that charm off. So it was a lot of good stuff from both teams tonight, but Mad City just came out so aggressively in this early game, took a lead, and didn't let up.
Yeah, 100%. It was start to finish. That game was
bonkers.
It was mad. It was a mad. It was a madhouse.
Absolutely insane, but what a fun game to cast, and I'm surprised my voice made it through that last little that it wasn't little. That was a big extended team fight, but that's usually what we end up seeing here in LTS, is that these guys we'll fight and fight and fight for every little inch of pressure, of control. And that's makes for some spicy casting, but rip my vocal cords tonight.
Yep, and that makes a total of 17 games in 5 days for me.
Oh, damn, Dream. Well, we get a night to rest, but we will, we're not quite done on the stream yet tonight, so we will finish off. Make sure to vote on your player of the game. And when we come back from our break as well, too, we will be announcing our second raffle winner. So make sure to get those entries into the raffle. If you haven't, it's Command Raffle. And for the polls, you just have to use Command Vote, and then whatever position you feel deserves that player.
That's much better. That's much better. Now I'm 3,000 tokens ahead of Dallas. That's
there you
better.
go. Yeah, Dallas is slacking tonight. But anyways, guys, we are going to be coming back in a few short minutes. So we'll see you back on the desk in about 5 minutes. See you soon.
Introducing eBay's new Certified Refurbished program. Get up to 40.
Wait a minute. I might have forgotten one little thing to change here, as we've got everything else up there. Give me 1 second. And there we go. Renekton, our player of the game, Axum there on that Renekton, going 14-2-7. Congratulations, Axum. And congratulations, Mad City, on the win over Temple Control. But a huge thank you to both our teams tonight for giving us a great series to cast and absolutely destroying my vocal cords. Appreciate it. But honestly, highly entertaining games. A lot of good stuff from both sides. But Mad City showing us that early game strength that they have been carrying with them all season. Really coming through tonight. Really showing up massive. And how great they are at taking a lead early and sticking with it to the end of the game.
And Mad City also remains undefeated on stream.
True. They got the stream buff there. It's almost like a little bit of an opposite effect from Akuma, even though, you know what, last week they were able to break that curse. But I'm very excited to see what happens next week as we get into the playoffs for this league. So keep an eye out for the information on that, as we will be talking about both the LRS draft as well as the LTS Premade playoffs that start next week. So make sure to stick around for that. But that podcast will be going on, I believe it's 8:30 p.m. EST this Sunday. So make sure to be there. We're going to be doing some predictions, talking about what is going to be potentially happening here in these playoffs. And of course, giving you a little preview of what these brackets are finalized and look like. But those, I think, might be posted in the Discord and Instagram later on this week. So do keep an eye out for those on our socials. What else do we got, Dream? That was a great series. Really fun series to catch.
I think that's all we can say about that game and that series in particular. But a couple of announcements. Finals LAS draft is going to be Monday, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. I believe there will be a pre-show that will be starting around 6:30-ish, 6:45-ish. I don't think the time is locked in just yet, but there will be a pre-show that will be happening before, so go ahead and jump in and join that. This is the finals. It will be Gators versus the Wolves. The best of versus the best of Pool B. I will not be betting any of my tokens in that because I want to win. Anywho,
but it's gonna be a fun week regardless, because this upcoming week, just like you said, you did remind me, Dream, that playoff streams start 1 hour earlier at 7 p.m. our best of 5 series. So make sure to be there that extra hour early, and especially for the finals, you're going to want to be there a little even extra earlier. So keep an eye on the We Are Live on our Discord as well too, or hit that follow button. Make sure to hit the little, it's not a bell, that's YouTube. Hit the little notification button. You'll get pinged when we go live. But lots of great stuff coming up this week. It's a full week of playoffs, as Valorant playoffs start tomorrow for both our leagues, LAS and LRS. Finals for LAS draft is Monday. LRS draft starts playoffs Tuesday. LAS Premade and LRS Premade are going into semis. And then we have LTS Premade starting next Friday as well too. It's going to be a hype week of casting. So Dream, we gotta go rest up our voices and come back swinging next week, because you have just been an absolute monster this week. But
yeah, I've been doing my best.
Doing a hell of a job, brother, and I want to thank you for joining me tonight on this hype series that we got to do together. So, really great stuff from both our teams tonight, but in the end, it's MAAD City that claims the win. However, we have one final raffle to go through, so if you haven't already, use that command raffle and enter on in. I'm going to be picking a winner in 30 seconds, so I've got my eyes on it over here. Going to be lighting up that raffle in a second, so let's see what's about to be our winner here as I'm closing it in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Closed on my end there.
Boom.
And now it's a 1 in 3 chance of our token leader winning again. But let's see. Let's roll the dice here. Let's see what we get. It's actually going to be Flip Trick walking away with 1,000 tokens. Congratulations, Flip Trick, on your tokens. We're going to add those.
I'm reporting him later on.
All
I
right.
I told him don't join, and he joined anyways. I'm reporting him. Nobody joined, and then Flip Trick showed up, and then it prompted somebody else to join too. And that was my free 1,000 tokens to just solidify my lead entirely. Sad.
Well, I actually goofed up the command there. I gotta go fix that up. But guys, that is gonna do it from us here tonight. So we want to thank you from Legends Esports for tuning in and supporting our stream. It's gonna be your boy Gurf signing off once again. But again, check our schedule, check the calendar, check our Discord, and when we go live, because there are streams every single day this week, and playoff season is fully in swing. It's my favorite season of the year, Dream, and I'm so excited to see what happens this split. But it all unfolds here at Legends Esports GG. Make sure to come back if you haven't already. Hit that follow button and come chill with us next time we have a stream. But lots of fun stuff happening this week. We will catch you later. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. That's it from us here at Legends Esports. Good night. Stay safe. Stay healthy. We love you all. Mwah. Take care, guys.
I saw you smile from across the bar. Yeah, she was pretty and so close but so far. She flipped her hair and I thought this can't be true. How does a man like me get someone like you? And then she looked at me and I was confused. Everyone here can't be the one that she'll choose. And I looked back and saw the spark in her eyes. This can't be real, my head's telling me lies. Just like that, you're coming closer to me. Come shake me, grab me, so I wake up from this dream. I can't breathe, come at me. I don't know if I can speak. Then she said, come with me and let's be free. The night is young and I think this could go far. The sky is dark but you're my shooting star. Could see your face reflect upon the moon. It was a pretty summer night in June. And then she looked at me and I was confused. Everyone here can't be the one that she'll choose. And I looked back and saw the spark in her eyes. This can't be real, my head's telling me lies.